Yeah, good morning, everyone. Now, on Friday, we had seen US market hitting new high and S&P 500 crossing 5,000 marks, mainly driven by positive results from that particular region. And uh, previously announced last month inflation figure, which was revised downward. So that has put up some positive sentiment for the market, and market hit new high. Apart from that, Asian market, most of the market are closed today because for the holiday. Most of the market in the sense Japan, China, Hong Kong, South Korea, Taiwan, uh, all these market are closed. Whereas Australia and New Zealand are showing some decline, and futures of the US market are more of a flattish. Uh, and also the crude oil is also more of a flat quarter on quarter, at same time Friday. So overall, nothing so great clue from the international market, but quite possible that we can continue the better performance in today's market. Now, I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. We have seen a volatile trading session on Friday where Nifty has made a high of 21,780, whereas it made a low of 21,630, and it bounced back from those levels. Well, there's a big support zone for Nifty, which is placed at 21,700. And as long as Nifty is closing and keeping itself above 21,700 levels, we don't see a big sell off coming here. So once 21,700 is maintained, we can see an upside rally which can take Nifty to what 21,840. When 21,840 is broken, then 21,930 to 22,000 levels can be seen. Whereas if 21,700 level is broken on closing basis or as well as intraday basis, then we can expect a support zone at 21,600 to 21,500 levels. Moving into Bank Nifty has shown a good move in Friday's trading session, although it was volatile as well. The RSI has shown a positive crossover, and the Bank Nifty has taken a good support of 200-day moving average, and it has surpassed 100-day moving average, both the averages in a single day. And the Bank Nifty futures has closed around 45,900 levels. The upside resistance for Bank Nifty is placed at 46,200. If that is broken on closing basis, then we can expect a rally up to 46,530 to 47,000 levels also. Whereas the downside support again lies at the average support, which is around 45,350, followed by 44,800. Talking about Nifty Financial Services, it has closed around 20,300. The upside resistance for this index is placed at 20,390, followed by 20,500. Whereas the support for this index is 20,130 and 20,000 levels. If we talk about stocks, Grasim is looking good at current levels. It has shown a good rally in the Friday's trading session. It has moved a 5.5% up and closed around 2170. We see Grasim to go towards 2300 levels in the coming days, probably this week, by keeping a strict stop loss of 2100. That's all from my side. I request Neerav to take the call forward.
Thank you, Ayush. On the derivative front, more or less, the last week was range bound, and that is what we expect for this week as well. The VIX continues to remain elevated around the 15 levels in spite of the events happening. It should have come down, but it is not. So, you should expect, sudden falls from resistance areas. 22,000 level is a important resistance area. Highest call built up is also seen around the same. Now the nearest support for Nifty is around the 21,700 and then 21,500 odd levels. So more or less Nifty should remain within this range of 21,500 and 22,000 levels in this week also. Um, the open interest is at comfortable levels. Also, the PCR at comfortable levels. So more or less, range bound action should take shape. From the stock specific front, good amount of selling was seen in the PSU sector as a whole in the last Friday. So likely that some more profit booking will come in the PSU stocks. At this point, pharma stocks along with IT look good. The defensives should do well going forward, and select large caps like Reliance and the others like HDFC Bank, which have already seen their share of selling, done. They should now support the markets, and they should move up because the open interest seems to be on the positive side now for these stocks. So yeah, look out for the same. That's it from my side. Like to ask the fundamentals to take over.
Good morning. On the results front, Bandhan Bank result is marginally below expectation. Loan growth was strong at 13% sequential and 26% year-on-year. However, asset quality continues to disappoint. Slippages remained elevated at 5%, along with credit cost of 2.4%. That's why we remain neutral on Bandhan. Hudco result has improved. Net interest income and profits both grew by 6% year-on-year and 15% sequentially. Credit cost remained negative. Asset quality continued to improve with GNPA falling from 3.4 to 3.1%. Loan growth remains sluggish at 6%. However, management in a recent TV interview had guided that loan growth would accelerate going forward. But even if we factor that in, the stock is trading at 2.4 times trailing price to book, which we feel fully captures any future upside in the loan growth. IRFC result is okay. Net interest income and profits were up 3% sequentially, but flat on YOY basis. We have seen loan growth also, it has remained in the single digits and does not warrant a valuation of 4 times price to book. That's why we are negative on IRFC and suggest to switch from stocks like IRFC to something like REC Limited. MCX result is below expectation. Revenue was healthy with growth of 16% sequential and 33% year-on-year. EBITDA level loss came at 20 crore versus expectation of profit of 16 crore. There was a one-time expense pertaining to contribution to SGF, that is Settlement Guarantee Fund, of 13 crores. Even if we exclude that, EBITDA was slightly below estimate. However, long-term investors should continue to hold as from next quarter onwards, we don't expect the software fees that they are paying to 63 Moons of 125 crore every quarter. That will discontinue, and so that will result in a big spike up in the EBITDA and profits. So if at all because of lukewarm results there is a decline in the stock, then one can even look at accumulating the stock on declines. And FY25 will show the true profitability of the business. Expectation is that they would be posting around close to 450 to 500 crores kind of profits. So accordingly, stock can do well. Vishnu Prakash R. Punglia result is declining. Revenue declined by 18% sequentially and 14% year-on-year. Profit came at 17 crores versus September quarter 21 crores and last year 23 crores. Despite having a strong order book, company has disappointed for second quarter in a row, and company even did not share any press release or presentation explaining why the numbers have declined. That's why we turn our view to negative on Vishnu Prakash. Everest Kanto cylinder result has improved. Revenue grew by 10% sequentially, 28% year on year. EBITDA margin also improves to 15.6%. In September quarter, it was 14%, and last year just 6%. Accordingly, profit also improved sharply to 36 crores compared to 26 crores in September quarter, and last year just 3 crores. Momentum in offtake of CNG vehicles seems to be improving, and we have a positive view on Everest Kanto. Thank you.
Good morning. Hero MotoCorp posted its result, and result is in line with expectation as revenue came at 9,723 crores, which grew by 3% on quarterly basis and 21% on yearly basis. EBITDA came at 1,362 crores, which is also above expectation, and EBITDA margin came at 14%. Margin has improved on back of stable commodity prices and lot of premiumization across the portfolio. Also, management indicated that 125cc motorcycle will continue to drive overall growth, and it expects that its performance to continue in FY25 too. From premium perspective, it is seeing that 200cc plus segment will drive growth and expects strong double-digit growth in this segment going forward, which will again be fueled by new launches in coming quarters. At present, the stock is trading at PE of 25 times of FY24 EPS. MRF also posted its result, and result is marginally below expectation as revenue came at 6,047 crores, which degrew by which degrew by 1% on quarterly basis and grew by 9.3% on yearly basis. EBITDA came at 1,040 crores versus expectation of 1,081 crores. EBITDA margin came at 17.2%. Versus expectation of 17.8% as higher raw material cost and higher expenses affected the overall margin. And further going forward, MRF is expected to maintain the stable margins. Also, because MRF is more involved in TBB segment, which is expected to grow slowly in coming future, it could be affected by move towards radialization in the truck and bus segment. We are neutral on this stock, and at present the stock is trading at PE of 26.7 times of FY24 EPS. Thank you.
Yeah, apart from that, a few more results. Kovai Medical Center has come up with good results. Revenue grew by almost 21% year on year and 6% quarter on quarter. And higher revenue also led to some margin expansion. The EBITDA margin came in at 30% versus last quarter 28 and last year 27%. Though it's a single hospital operating from Coimbatore, but the utilizations are comparatively less, and that because of recent expansion, which is leaving scope for further growth also for the hospital. So outlook is also positive for COVID Medical Center. Apart from that, V2 Retail has come up with good numbers. In fact, a few days back, we had seen Vishal Retail has also come up with good numbers. These are retail shops which are mainly focused on tier 3, 4 cities or rural area. So we are seeing some revival happening over there in the retail segment, wherein revenue grew by around almost 56% year on year and quarter on quarter also substantial improvement, though this is a seasonally good quarter for them. EBITDA margin has also seen improvement to 18.3% versus last year 15.9%. So overall, the performance of retail, V2 Retail was good, and the valuations are also seems reasonable. So outlook is positive. Then another company, a small company, Birla Precision Technology, has reported good numbers in this quarter. Revenue grew by almost around 14% year-on-year and 17% quarter-on-quarter. EBITDA margin has shown good improvement to 16.6% versus 10% last quarter. So that is also showing good sign, can show improvement based on these results. Then another company, Yatharth Hospital, has reported good numbers, improved set of numbers, wherein revenue grew by 21% year-on-year, and also EBITDA margin has also shown some improvement to 27.8% versus last year 26.2%. Stock is trading at around 16.6 times FY25 EV by EBITDA, which is reasonable. If we companies also announced acquisition of one of the hospital in Faridabad area. This is a 200-bed hospital. It's a newly built hospital with at a total cost of 116 crores. So this we feel is likely to help them in growth in the near term. So this is positive for Yatharth Hospital. The outlook is also positive for them. Then larger company Divi's Lab has reported numbers, and their numbers were below expectations, wherein revenue came in at 1855 crores versus expectation of 2010 crore. And also EBITDA margin came in at 26.4% versus expectation of 28.4%. So stock is also trading at 56 times FY24 P. So stock is also comparatively priced higher. So we may see some correction in today's trade. Then ONGC came up with the numbers, and numbers were a bit lower than what market was expecting. Though revenues were more or less same, but EBITDA on expected light at around 34,800 crores. Whereas EBITDA has come a bit lower than expected at around 14,800 crores versus 17,700 crore expectations. Stock has already performed very well, but the valuation seems reasonable still after such a long rally in the stock. So stock is trading somewhere at around 7 times PE or somewhere at around 4 times EV by EBITDA. So that's all from us. And I'll request, one more stock is getting listed today. That is Fairfield APJ Surendra Park Limited. This is a hotel company which is getting listed today. They have around 27 hotels in the portfolio, mainly in the name of Park or similar type of name, Park Hotels, and are operating around 111 rooms. The quality of the company is that the occupancy of these hotels are very high as compared to the other people. They are operating at almost at around 93% occupancy, and RevPAR is also reasonably good at 5,600 rupees. Share was offered at 21.3 times EV by EBITDA, which leaves some scope for listing gain. And we had recommended the stock and can see some upside on today's listing. I'll request commodity team to take up from here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So in today's session, prices can still cool off in commodities, and gold can test 60 to 150, whereby one can buy for a pullback with the stop loss of 61,950. On upside again, 62 500 600, one should take profits. Silver might test 70 800 70 600 on downside. Then again, for a pullback, one can buy with a stop loss of 70,000, and on upside again 71 200 500, where we recommend to book profits. In metals, copper might test 700 levels. there could be some pullback, so buying with a stop loss of 696 is recommended. And though again on upside, if prices are testing 708 levels, then one can initiate a sell from those levels also. Similarly, zinc is weak below 208 levels. So prices again can go down till 205 on downside. So only if it is sustaining above 208, then we might see some pullback. Else, prices should remain under pressure. In crude oil, prices can test 6300, 6270 on downside, as prices are resisting 6400, and there could be some pullback from 63 to 6270. So for a pullback, one can buy with a stop loss of 60 to 30. And in natural gas, prices are continuously drifting down, and we expect 145, 140 levels on downside, as it is weak below 160 levels. So watch out for that. That's it from me. I'll ask Utkarsh to take the call forward.
Thank you, sir. Very good morning, all of you. Today's trading session in USD we are expecting some sideways to bearish momentum. So for intraday purpose, one can initiate a short positions in the range of 83.07 to 83.09 levels with a stop loss of 83.15 levels for the target of 83 and 82.95 levels. In Euro NR, one can initiate a long positions if we get some profit booking around 89.64 to 89.60 levels with a stop loss of 89.39 levels for the target of 89.86 and 90 levels. In GBP INR, if prices breaks the level of 105.02 levels, then one can initiate a long positions with a stop loss of 104.80 for the target of 105.40 and 105.53 levels. Thank you.